Wuthering Waves has a story writing, I don't want to say issue, but I will say challenge. It's very common in stories to have an amnesiac protagonist. We all know it, we've all seen it. All of you can think, and you can think about a common amnesiac protagonist you've run into in the past, right? Not right now, girl. Um, but why is Wuthering Waves' story so. It just feels like nothing. There's no attachment. I feel like nothing is going on and I don't care whatsoever, right? Why is that? I think the issue is that in Wuthering Waves, you have an amnesiac protagonist and a bunch of people who immediately latch on and say, "Oh, you know nothing. You're the biggest and the coolest and the bestest there is." And also, "Oh, everything's cool." And then some rich governor lady hits you up in your DMs, and by that I mean she makes a call out, a public call out video saying, "Oh man, you're so cool. You should ask me out." And you show up and she's like, "Oh, you're so cool. Have a piece of candy. You'll know what this means." And you're like, "What?" And then villains show up and they're like, "Dude, you're so cool. Let me tell you a weird story." And then be like, "You're so smart. You'll know what to do." What? There's no inciting incident is Wuthering Waves' issue. Let's take an example from a similar gotcha game, Arknights. In Arknights, you are an amnesiac protagonist and everyone loves you and you're super important. Well, what matters is the doctor has an organization with a vested interest in them, says, "Oh, yeah, this is what you did. You were around for certain things, and we're willing to tell you this much info so that you do what you need to do." And certain people who are hostile to you know more but won't tell you. Whereas the group you're with tells you what they do know, but what they know is limited. That's very important because it gives you something to latch onto. You have some form of attachment. Genshin Impact is similar. Genshin Impact, you're not an amnesiac, but frankly, the Traveler may as well be an amnesiac for how little personality and anything they say. They may as well be an amnesiac. In Genshin Impact, you have an inciting incident. You were traveling. Kiana from Honkai Third Impact shows up and then beats you and your sibling and then kidnaps your sibling, maybe, and now you're looking for them. Inciting incident, you have a motivation. In Wuthering Waves, Rover, as a character, has no motivation. You're just walking around, people talk in your direction for multiple hours. They just talk at you. You don't really respond. They write it so that your character knows what's going on and is smart, but you as a player, you're just standing there like, am I supposed to know what any of this means? Am I supposed to derive a value or a meaning from this? And the answer is no, because you have no reason to care. Yang Yang gets kidnapped. Who cares? Who cares? She honestly doesn't matter to us. Chisha takes us on a date, but not really. Well, again, who cares? Why who is Chisha? Who is this city? Why is there a dragon looking at us? Who knows? Who knows? People go, "Wow, you're so cool. That was cool." And I go, "Why do I care?" And without any kind of inciting incident, an amnesiac character is very hard to establish. That's all. End of thoughts.